Good morning, everybody. It is time to discover crypto. It's October 5th. It is 10:31 a.m. It took us a minute to get there, but we finally got there, guys. We got Tim and Druth on the ones and twos.
Yes.
How are y'all doing today?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic.
Did you enjoy your little bit of time off? You had Rodney filling in for you. I mean, were you able to accomplish a lot? You know, were you getting your lifts in? You were just doing like all core lifts, right?
Yeah, pretty
Went
much.
to the gym?
If I'm not on camera, I'm probably lifting something. No, Rodney was amazing. Cannot wait to have him back. If you guys love Rodney, put a 1 in chat. I don't know what the future looks like exactly, but I think that you might see a lot more Rodney here on this channel.
Guys, we're going to talk about inflated housing today. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. It looks like it's got a little bit of a pump lately, too. We're going to talk about the House Speaker a little bit there. Will it be Trump? I don't think so. I'm putting it pretty low odds there.
Huge.
Also, some DeFi stuff. And real quick, Tim, what is your deadlift?
My deadlift?
Yeah.
Right now, probably hovering around 600. But back in the day, about 750.
What the? All right, guys. Yeah, y'all didn't know Tim lifts, man. He's hiding behind the hoodie.
He's thick.
Why aren't you wearing the XRP hoodie, the dripping paint XRP hoodie? That's going to take us right into here.
As soon as they send me one, I will wear it.
Make sure you check it out. It's at hitmerch.com. If you go to the website, it's just sitting there right at the very tippy top there. We also got the trucker hat. We'll rock the trucker hat for a little bit. I might take it off in a bit. But yeah, so we got the trucker hat. We got the paint drip hoodie. Also got a t-shirt. Me personally, I think I'd rock, I don't know, man. I feel like if you go all drip paint, it's a little too much. So I think I'd go with the white with this on top and then maybe that right there. But how about that Druth shirt there?
That's a good one.
This is huge.
Yeah. Drew, is that a pit terrier?
That's actually, it looks like a Cane Corso. I got a Cane Corso at my house.
I'll tell you
what. I
what.
met a guy in Denver that was wearing that shirt.
We might need to rebrand and start putting Commander on that shirt.
Oh my God.
Commander's violent.
Okay.
He's talking about Joe Biden's dog got kicked out of the White House last night. So
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Did it? I didn't know that.
The
dog got kicked out of the White
people.
House.
Yeah.
Hit too many people.
Yeah.
Is it going through dementia? Because oftentimes when you're in dementia, you get easily aggravated.
Possibly.
Similar to what you saw Feinstein do and some other geriatric politicians.
I was worried about
there.
Joe. What if he got Joe by the hand? I mean, he's frail and all. You could toss him around like a rag doll.
I mean, it would be like when your grandparents gets a bruise, you see it 2 months later, and you're just like, it just makes you think of mortality.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the crypto market cap here, everybody. We are up and we're moving up. Crypto face was in a long. I knew it was going to be a good day. We're coming in at 1.4% to the upside, coming in at $1.1 trillion, which is U.S. debt every hour. I'm kidding. It's not that high. Also, we have 24-hour volume coming in at 34 billion. Bitcoin dominance moving up, Tim. It is now at 48.1. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's taking longer than I thought it would, which is still leading me to believe I'm staying in the bet. I'm a little worried about 60%. I think 57 is probably a more realistic area, but I feel good. I think there's still a chance.
11 people were bitten, according to the person
crazy.
with 4.2 Chainlink. All right, and for a derma roller. All right, you know what? I'm taking the hat off now. I'm going to derma roll tonight just for you. My day, let's see. I like the DZ hoodie more than I like suspender DZ. Chat, what do you know? What do you think? Let me know here. I think I might try to do suspenders tomorrow, though, so maybe we'll go back.
What if you did suspenders over the hoodie?
No, he's psycho.
Ooh, I like that.
Get a little
with
bit
the
of
top
both.
hat.
Yeah.
With the XRP logo.
Yes.
Yeah, or Stetson. All right, let's look at Bitcoin's price here. Bitcoin is moving up, baby. It is moving up 2.4% to the upside.
Yeah.
We are back above $28,000. Ethereum, a little bit less than 1% to the upside. It is up 0.7%. BNB, 0.6%. XRP is down 1%, but guys, it had a pretty good day yesterday. It was outperforming the market. So maybe just peeling back some of the gains from the last 24 hours or last 48 hours. We have Solana moving up 2.1%. Then we have Cardano up 3.1%. And Toncoin moving a ton, folks. It is up 6.1%. But if you look at the weekly, Toncoin's down for the week. And if you look at Solana has had a huge weekly pump right there. It is up 22%. Now it's time to look at the top gainers here. Where did the hoodie come from? Great question. You must have missed the first 30 seconds. If you go to hitmerch.com, you're going to see it right there at the very top of the website. So, yeah, appreciate it. I think we sold 18 million yesterday. So, yeah, guys, these things are really moving, really moving. All right, guys, we just did a video on Thorchain, and it talks about Trust Wallet and how Trust Wallet uses the Rune ecosystem. So, top gainer for the day, Trust Wallet up 12.6%, Aave up 8.3%. Followed by Toncoin, Rollbit, then Stacks, Maker, Avalanche, Render, and then Cardano moving up 3.1%. So coming in at the ninth spot right there. And then Bitcoin, a top 10 gainer. You don't really often see that Bitcoin coming in at the top 10. Now it's time to look at the losers.
Ugh.
Hopefully it's not going to be me. A lot of people like the hoodie, shirt, suspenders, and a bow tie. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, all right. Hoodie DZ is legit. People really like it.
Mhm.
All right, biggest loser.
There it is. Just breathe in.
DZ's coin is number one. No, not my coin. It's not Chainlink. It's not Cardano. But I do have some Mina protocol. It is down 7.7% to the day. Polygon. Hey, I also own some Polygon. It is down 2.8%. I don't own any Gala, Rocket Pool, or Caspa. But Caspa only up 5% for the week. Maybe I'll go ahead and try to buy some. And XRP down 1%. ICP down 1.6%. And then really other than that, nothing really moving too much. Just Mina protocol moving way down. I think I got in way too early. I got in at like 50 cents. I think it was going to be, oh, yeah, man, it's support. I think I bought this dip. Yeah, I bought around this dip. Didn't sell. It doubled, folks, and I didn't take profits, and now I'm just down. Sometimes you got to be a little bit careful when you're a long-term believer in a project. If you're up 2x, don't be afraid to take profits. I could have pulled out my initial, still have, a good investment in Mina, and then when it was down today, I could go ahead and just more than double my amount right there. Gold is the biggest loser of the day. So, all right, maybe Pax Gold is coming in a big loser as well. All right, guys, we're going to talk about the housing issues. Let me just start with my little story. I remember when I bought a house, I started trying to buy January 2021. Every week, I'm rolling around with the real estate agent. You go in. It was a little bit different time. You put in your offer 15K, 25K, 30K above asking, and then they say no. Someone gave us 40K above asking, and they paid cash. Sorry. Every week, interest rates going up 2.9, 3.1, 3.5, 4.1, 4. And so eventually I felt the FOMO. Ended up just, slapping down some money on a house. Needed a little bit more work than I was willing to do. And so I feel people's pain right now, and they're trying to look for a house. I was talking to someone at work. They got in a 6 point something. Well, let's talk about what's it doing to the average American here. Applications for home loans have plunged to the lowest level since 1996. As mortgage rates notch a 23-year high, folks.
Yeah.
It is now coming in at 7.53%. It's the highest in 23 years. Experts say the housing affordability crisis won't improve until the rates dial back significantly. It's still tightening with the rates hitting 23 high, which helped push applications for home loans to those lowest levels since 1996, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. They dropped 6% week over week here. Obviously, mostly because interest rates coming in at 7.5%. Mortgage rates continued to move higher last week as markets digested the recent upswing in yields. As a result, mortgage applications grounded to a halt, dropping to the lowest level since 1996. Well, Tim, we're not seeing this reflect in the pricing. Do you think this is going to be a, maybe a 6 month down the line, 12 month down the line, 2 year down the line, or will housing prices never fall?
They're falling currently. I mean, if you go back to last year, they're falling.
Will we get a plunge similar to what we saw in 08?
I don't know. And the reason why is because of that thought that we've been talking about of in the future, you will own nothing and you will love it. Even though we're seeing less people buy houses, we're still seeing people spend a lot of money, right? So my thought is that the price are going to drop a little bit. It's going to tempt some people to go in and buy houses. But in reality, we're going to see BlackRock. We're going to see other big investors come in and scoop all the property up. And then they're going to be renting it out to everyone. No one's going to want to own property anymore. They're going to want to rent. So I think prices will drop a little bit, but I don't know that much. And, DZ, I was looking at some other things here, and I'm kind of looking at this whole situation and saying, I think that crypto is going to be the solution here.
Ooh.
If you want to own property, right now, it's probably a better investment long-term to stick with Bitcoin. But if you want to own a house, if you want to give your family something to kind of have stability with, this is the chart right now showing the price in dollars, right? So it's just going up and to the right. Yes, we had a big decrease this last year, but it's going to continue to go up and to the right. This is what the chart looks like on Bitcoin, though. If you're trying to buy a house with Bitcoin, it is dropping and it will continue to go down and to the right. For example, like right now, if you were to go out and buy an average house, we're looking at about somewhere between 15 to 20 Bitcoin. Here in about 2 years, you're probably looking at about 2 to 3 Bitcoin if prices stay exactly where they were today in terms of US dollar. This is kind of a mending of two worlds. It's a big industry, obviously, real estate is. People wanting to buy for investment purposes, but also for themselves. That's big. It's not going anywhere. But if you have long-term vision, your chances of making more with Bitcoin, like this is my plan, DZ. My wife and I already talked about it. We want to buy our first house, but I'm not going to buy until the year 2025, maybe early 2026, after taking some good Bitcoin profit. And then the question is, will I have enough? Do I want to buy my own house and buy some other real estate? Because real estate is going to be a valuable asset to have in the future. But the chart's right now showing you might be better just going and holding Bitcoin rather than just owning a bunch of property.
Yeah, because land, they're not making more of it. And even that Dubai thing, if you look, that whole project is like mostly failed. There's a little bit
growing. The line in the sand?
Yeah, the little thing. It's like, oh, here's an island archipelago that looks like a globe, and this looks like a palm tree, and this is the Bitcoin logo. All right, someone in the chat talking about cars. Have you seen interest in cars? Catch them all. Always dropping the good comments here. Average car payment just hit a record high here. They're now well over $700 per month for new vehicles. I'd be looking into a Model Y right now. All right, let's look at the Zillow report from the same article. Experts say that affordability conditions could improve this fall. Growing number of sellers are beginning to slash prices for homes on the market, Zillow said in a report this week. So Zillow, if you don't know what Zillow is, it's the largest aggregator of home prices on the web. I used it a lot when I was looking for a home. So Zillow saying people are starting to slash, folks.
I got a hot take on this.
Show us the hot take. I want white hot, scalding hot.
Okay. So let's think about this.
The truth.
All right. So we have Bitcoin and the 4-year cycle having, if we follow the 4-year cycle even to a slight degree, and we end up getting those new all-time highs in 2025, by that time, I predict that Jay Powell is going to not be able to act like a hawk anymore a year ahead of time, and he is going to have to pull down interest rates so you can use your crypto gains and move back into low mortgage interest rates at that time, because if they keep them up, they're going to crush the economy and everything will turn into chaos. So.
Interesting theory. Interesting theory is also incentivizing people to take profit and spend the profit. Okay, I like that. All right, here we have Wall Street silver. 400K house now costs $1 million with interest rates now at 7% from 3%. So there was a period you got in at 2.96%. Like I said, I got in, it was like low threes every week, guys. Every week. It was like
you were buying right when I was buying. I remember that. We were fighting cash investors.
Yeah, we were both moving to the same city. We were fighting. We were outbidding each other.
I know. And but you see, everyone in the Atlanta area or the city centers have the cash to be aggressive in the rural demographic. And I think that this conversation, are we going to get a big plunge? Depends on your demographic. If you're a city center, high population density, high crime rates, you're going to get wrecked. Rural, suburban, you're probably all right.
All right. And shout out to those rural jurors.
That's right.
If you're at home and you didn't watch yesterday's episode, say like a juror, like on a jury, and they're rural. They're a rural juror. Just fun to say. Say it one time for me, Hudson. Rural juror. Did that feel good?
Juror.
No, he says no, but guys, we know it did. All right, let's look at these numbers for a 2021 rate here. So got in at 3%. Your 400K house. Guys, you're only going to pay 200K interest. Now, that might sound like a lot, but we're talking about 29 years from now, 28 years from now. 200K interest really isn't that bad. Then you fast forward to today, that 400K. You go from spending half to more than 3 times the amount, over 1.5x here, 627%. So it went from 50% of the home price to 157% of the home price.
Bullish.
So you go from 600K home to $1 million plus. The top comment. Okay. All right. Guys, I know there's probably a lot of people feeling the pain. And then you have people in the chat like Mr. Drip, average home price in San Diego, $1 million. So this is something has to happen. People aren't moving. They don't want to give up their 4.5, their 3.2, their 2.9, and then sign in for 7.5, 8.1. It's just not going to happen. So I would say a plunge is possible. I don't know. I kind of like Drew's theory, though. Maybe they try to inject some sort of event where, hey, home prices, here's this tax advantage that we're going to roll out. And it's going to sound like it's for you. It's going to sound like it's for Tim. It's going to sound like it's for me.
Yeah.
It's really going to be for BlackRock. It's really going to be a BlackRock tax incentive.
Yeah.
Their unrealized losses on mortgage securities are nearing $1 trillion right now for banks. And that is giving them the risk of going insolvent in mass, and kind of an expanded situation of what we saw with Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank, and First Republic earlier this year. So
yeah, in a weird way, BlackRock's pain point might be everyone's pain point, and then so maybe they grease the right wheels where maybe everyone has a benefit. But who's going to benefit the most, Tim?
The banks, like
BlackRock.
Oh yeah, I guess investing firms. They're gonna benefit the most. Because here's the other thing. I see someone just commented. They said buy 3 homes, live in one and rent the other 2. Here's gonna be a problem until the market gets really small with how many private owners there are that are doing that. BlackRock can afford to go at cost or even at loss for a little bit of time to keep their rental prices lower than yours. And so it's one of those things like it is a risky investment to buy a house, thinking you're just gonna be able to rent it out and make money. But when you factor in how much repairs are gonna cost, all this different stuff, renters are terrible. I mean, I feel like my wife and I take care of our rental home, but we literally got from our last homeowner, the last person that owned the home we were renting from, they literally sent us like a thank you letter for how well we left the house when we moved away. Because they're
cleaner
like,
than when you found it.
Like, they're just like, this was amazing. You guys are the best. Are you sure you don't want to stay? Because they're so used to people trashing their houses and then leaving. And BlackRock can afford to get away with that kind of stuff. Private owners, how long? I mean, I've watched people who bought houses for rental purposes to make money get foreclosed on because when it came to the repairs and everything else, they either had periods of time where they couldn't get anyone to rent it, or the damage that was done, what they had to repair was just insurmountable, and they lost a lot of money.
All right, well, look at this cool little graphic I just found. This is talking about renting versus owning in America. I don't know how accurate this data is. This is from Visual Capitalist. You can see the line. All right, so the red line, this is the cost of rent. The blue line, a little bit more fluctuations here in the market. Just, interest rate hikes, home prices, whereas rent is going to be, kind of locked in. It's going to be a slower moving target there. It is now skyrocketed past renting. I don't think we've ever seen a spike. Maybe comparison as far as percentage wise. So this is at 1,000 for renting, 1,500 for owning. It's slightly above 1,000. So you're looking at a 50% difference there, whereas this is 1,800. 15% of that would be 2,700. Guys, we're right at that. We're right at 2,700. So this is similar to this spike. What happened here? Housing bubble. So we've reached a disparity ratio that was last seen in the housing bubble as far as renting versus owning there. So I remember just another story, not to just, sidetrack too long with anecdotes here, but I had a boss, early 20s. He had a lot of money, rich parents gave him a lot of money. I remember he had houses. He had all the money for everything. And I remember he purposely rented a house for 12 months. I said, why? It just sounds so crazy to me. You have all the money in the world. You could put down the cash for a house. He said, oh, no, housing prices is falling. The year, right around 06. He ended up being smart. I remember him selling to this young couple, and he was like, kind of like giddy about it. Like, yeah, I'm getting out of this house. It's about to start plummeting. The price is going to crash. Sure enough, prices started to crash. And this happy couple, I think she was even like 4 months pregnant. They're like walking in. They're about to like create this home for the baby. And, meanwhile, they're going to be underwater in 2 years. And so it's a little bit of an interesting perspective that smart money now might start renting for 12 months versus, trying to buy that house because it's just going to go down. Favorite wallet, I like MetaMask and Nami. And then that's mainly the two that I use, Crypto Moose. Any wallets you guys like besides those?
Yeah, I still have a Ledger. There's another one. I can't remember the name of it. A good friend of mine sent it to me, but it's been working out well for me. I can't remember the name though.
Thoughts on Ellipple? That's when you're on that machine, right? You don't lift your feet.
Yeah.
They feel real weird after about 20 minutes. You go walk and you feel like you've been on a cruise ship.
Dude, did you see that stuff out of Kenya? I think it was, where like the school girls like couldn't walk. I gotta find out. Like, there's some crazy news that came out of Kenya about them not being able to walk for some reason. Like right around like 2:00 yesterday.
That was a very weird headline with no.
Yeah,
there was no information there.
Wait a minute, was that the emergency broadcast that triggered it?
Oh,
Did it activate?
Dude,
all right, let's back into housing here. Homes are now unaffordable in 99% of the U.S. for the average American. It hits its lowest point since 2007. Well, we're essentially looking at all the numbers here. So examine 572 U.S. counties, and the median home price in 99% of those areas are out of reach for the average income earner who makes about $71K annually. This continues a 2-year pattern of home ownership getting more and more difficult for average U.S. wage earners. The latest number is considered unaffordable by common lending standards, which call for a 28% debt-to-income ratio. And now we're well above the 21% from early 2021. So not looking great, everybody. This reminds me of a retort that I heard, though. So you ever heard, okay, boomer? It was kind of like just the young people will say it to you. Okay, boomer. I got one for the homeowners. What your retort is, okay, renter. And then see if that triggers them. Maybe you'll get a good re out of them. All right, let's get into charts with Kelly. I think it's time. Is he ready?
No,
I see him in the wings.
It's Tim.
Oh,
It is
Tim.
me.
I had it different here.
Someone else said that Rodney looks different today. Is it the hoodie? That's exactly what it is. Rodney and I are the same person. I would love that. Rodney's a cool guy. That's all I meant by that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I don't know why you're putting ears in because I'm standing right next to you.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So is that just for the feels, the kicks and giggles?
You know what? I had committed, guys. I'm still got a head cold going on. I committed to Kelly, and even though you're like, it ain't Kelly, it's me. I'm like,
I still went through the process of
bumping
putting it on.
along, man.
That's good stuff.
Guys, I'm on autopilot, y'all. I'm trying my best. I'm just faking it till I make it. Then there's just a lot of meth salts in here. There's not. It's water. Or is it?
Let's do charts, guys. Let's do crypto charts. Bitcoin at the moment hovering at 28,000. This is a level that I've been watching here. I thought that we were going to be a little higher. I'm going to go ahead and start by telling you, DZ, we're going to look at some smaller charts. I know you love the smaller charts. Between the 4-hour and daily chart, it's actually looking a little bullish. When you start moving out, there's some arguments to be made that it's not looking good. But 4-hour chart got a lot of room to run. Our RSI getting close to that 70. But I love the chart prime oscillator here right at that mid-level. We got room to move to the upside. And I think what could happen is bearish divergence coming in, but maybe potentially we get the price of Bitcoin going higher than even that 28,600 we had the other day. If I pull up here our waves, the waves are definitely moving to the upside. I think we could make a good push and go higher. I just don't think the oscillators would match the same levels. And therefore, I think bearish divergence is coming in. Before I go to those smaller time frames, there is reasons to think that maybe we're not going to see too much more of a push today on those 1-hour charts and down. But something I want everyone to pay attention to, I think I've said this before on the channel, but in case I haven't, we're in danger zone right now, DZ, of a head and shoulders pattern. We already formed this nice left shoulder. I did not grab my marker. Let's do that again. We formed this left shoulder already. We had a nice head that came all the way to 32,000. And now the question is, where's the top of the right shoulder? To cancel this right shoulder out, we will need to see price get above 32,000. So anyone who's saying, Tim, you're a perma bear, I've been bearish more recently, but I had good reason ever since we rejected off of 32,000. If we can get back above 32,000 and cancel out that right shoulder, I'm bullish, guys. I'm very bullish. I'm bullish long-term as well, but no matter whether we end up rejecting at 28.6, whether we get a little higher to 29.8, maybe even, if we see a 30,000, that's great stuff, guys. But that just, if it doesn't keep going higher than that, it keels over and becomes the right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern, of which, if you're going to the log chart, which is the more conservative angle, this is this line right here. You take the top of the head down to the neckline. Neckline in this case is that 24,000. That's like 24,900 or so. Move that over to the breakout, which again would be 24,900. And this gives us a price somewhere right around 19,300. That's a level I've been talking about now for a while, that I thought that Bitcoin could dip and fill the CME gap, but we're still seeing that on those larger time frames. But let's be positive. Let's get a little more positive here for Bitcoin. Hourly chart, we are moving to the upside. I think that we're going to continue to rally based off what the 4-hour is showing us, but we're seeing the hourly chart start to flash in a little more bearish, seeing rejections here. If I were to go even down to a 15-minute chart, you're going to see we're massively overextended. RSI is overextended over that 70. We're getting all the overbought flashes here. So don't expect too much more of a pump on today's chart, but maybe over the next couple of days as you look out of that 4-hour chart, and then you start looking at 4-hour, you look at the 8-hour, even the 12-hour, you're seeing more positivity that we could make a little more of a push. But of course, unless we can get above 32,000, it's for naught, and the price is going to be coming back down. We're going to talk about disappointment. We're going to have to talk about XRP for just a second. And again, I'm very bullish on XRP long term, but I want everyone to even think about this critically, not even just by looking at the charts. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, was massive news for XRP. Again, we had the Judge Torres ruling that she denied the appeal from the SEC, right? Well, guess what, guys? Why did it only pump 5%? To me, this communicates that the bulls are just not ready. Even more, a little bit depressing, look at that volume. You probably can't see it because that's how low it is right now in XRP. We need to see this volume actually start to come back to the upside. And we do have a bullish formation forming here. We do have, going back over here to August 20th, a flat top and a rising level of support that would give us an ascending triangle, which would be bullish. But us refusing to get back over that 55-cent zone, to me, is communicating the bulls are not fully in control. And you will also see on a longer time frame, we've been rejecting on a former support level that if we cannot recapture this red line, we could see us come down to another trend, maybe all the way down here towards 41 cents. Again, if we see Bitcoin crashing below 20,000, more than likely we're seeing XRP going down to this 41-cent region as well. So XRP, a little bit after having a good day momentarily 2 days ago, been disappointing over the last 2 days. And it's one of those things, guys, I'm not saying it's not going to go up long term, but what we're seeing on the charts with these oscillators, we're seeing a lot of bearish things coming out on the charts. Unlike Bitcoin, where we have some room to the upside, Ethereum has some room to the upside, Cardano having a great day today has further room to the upside. XRP is not that way. It's falling. And I want to give one last thing, DZ. You're going to find this interesting for sure because you are a Chainlink fan.
I am a Link Marine.
I want to show you something that's very peculiar. This
I don't know. Is that bad? Right? That's low. That's low.
Is it?
Okay.
Well, I want to show you guys a comparison of Bitcoin to Chainlink. Come on now. There we go. Scroll down for me. My timeline is not correct. It's not going to be correct. It's going to be harder than I thought to get it to be correct. But you guys have to stick with me. You guys will see the two different levels. You'll see the lines kind of correspond. Fun fact, every single time that Chainlink gets over $8, Bitcoin crashes. You guys can see the lower frame, that's Bitcoin, versus this upper frame, this is Chainlink. Right here, we got above $8 back in June. Guess what? That was that crash we had here in Bitcoin back in June 2022. Then we rallied above $8 again here in August. Yep.
Turn your mic off.
My mic, is it off? Is it? Well, you're gonna see a lot of. It's off.
It is on.
You getting some feedback?
Yeah. You're getting feedback.
Yeah. I see Thomas now. Echo. I don't know why it is doing that.
I get your point. Basically, when Link pumps, we got Bitcoin dump. So we get a Link pump, we get a Bitcoin dump. So we'll keep an eye out. We'll fix the microphone.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to share that, or should we just roll on here?
I mean, can you still see my screen at this point? Is there still an echo? No, echo's gone? I'm so sorry, everybody. Did not know that was happening. Looks like it was really, really troubling to a lot of people. No, my point here, again, and DZ got the picture. So we've had...
They're foaming at the mouth, man.
This is the 8th time here more recently. I'll just get to the point. The 8th time that Chainlink has gotten above $8 over the last year and some change. And with the exception of one time right here back in September, we've had Bitcoin crash every single time based off of that $8 price on Chainlink. So we just hit it again. Could that be another reason why we see Bitcoin about to fall? Sorry, everybody, about the echo.
Yeah, married as F, they fell over. You knocked them over. You gave them vertigo. You understand. You
and I know
empathize.
The pain. I know the pain. It's the worst.
So I hope you feel good. I hope you feel good about that. All right, let's get into some Bitcoin news here, everybody. We're going to talk about what a BlackRock executive. He's a former senior executive. And he's saying a decent amount of money is going to be rolling in, folks. We're talking about $150 to $200 billion will flow into Bitcoin funds after Bitcoin spot ETF approved. Fun fact, Bitcoin peaked at right around $1 trillion. And so, a 20%, reaching just a 20% of that, just being injected, is going to be serious movement to the upside. All right, so this is Stephen Schoenfield. He's a former managing director at BlackRock, and he predicts the SEC will approve the ETF in the next 3 to 6 months. He made this prediction during a panel discussion on ETFs at a digital asset summit in London. He believes the SEC will approve all ETF applications at once to avoid giving any one company a first mover advantage. He also noted that the decision to delay several ETF applications is a positive sign, as they're now seeking comments rather than rejecting the applications outright. If an ETF is approved, there could be an inflow of $150 to $200 billion in Bitcoin investment products over the next 3 years, doubling or tripling current assets managed to Bitcoin products. This comes at a time when the crypto market is eagerly awaiting regulatory approval for the Bitcoin ETFs. However, Ethereum futures ETFs started their operations on Monday, but so far have not received the expected interest. Not financial advice. I would say 150, 200 billion. To me, that sounds conservative. I think it'll be more than that, especially when you roll out, it's over 3 years. I think you're gonna have a lot of retail trying to FOMO in, right? As soon as we start getting close to 50K, I think people are gonna, all of a sudden, everyone start predicting 100K, 250K, and then that's when people are gonna start pouring in money here. Let's see, the mushroom stock is getting wrecked here. Fun fact, my fiance's little terrarium is growing mushrooms in there now.
What?
Not the good kind, I don't think,
No.
but maybe, hey, maybe I'll have a special lunch one day.
Lion's mane mushrooms are the bomb.
Okay. Lion's mane, huh? Is that you make a tea out of it?
Yep.
Currently on way to take a tour while watching Hey, holla, catch the mall there. Let's see. Someone put that audio in a mixing app. I bet you find something. I heard you have to play that audio backwards, and we tell you the secret identity of Satoshi. So check that out. All right, Bitcoin still beating the US dollar versus eggflation. It's an unlikely choice for egg purchasing, but the amount needed per dozen speaks for itself. is beating inflation better than the dollar unintentionally. Bitcoin versus US dollar, the eggflation has gone nowhere. Bitcoin hodlers require 70% fewer for the purchase as of August 23, the latest month for which Fed data is available, versus 58% less for USD. So average price per eggs, grade 8 large, cost per dozen. Okay, times okay, all right. This is a little bit odd. I'm surprised this spike wasn't. Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. Average price. I don't remember eggs being that expensive.
I think
Back
there's the
in what year?
bird flu.
Sorry, now I can't. It's so far away, I can't see it now.
Oh, they had to get rid of a bunch of eggs. Avian. Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly. I remember.
Ah.
The price of eggs is a fraction of what it was during Bitcoin's last pre-halving year. Eggflation seen at 23's comparative blip on the landscape. So this is oh, so that was the Bitcoin one, right there. No, okay. So this was the USD here. All right, yeah. So they peaked here. They didn't. There was a little bit of a blip to the upside here, January 20. This is the one price in dollars. Briefly touched $2 early part of 2020. I kind of remember people, like, oh yeah, buying less meat, buying more eggs. But this is really where it happened. And
Yep.
Drew, you got your egg when? Right around here?
Oh, I got all my chickens at the beginning of 2022.
Oh, okay.
And
So you're
then-
ahead of the curve.
And then I take profits on your chickens at the
Boom.
peak, baby. That's
Dude,
right.
you sold the top, didn't
I
you?
sold the top, baby. I was taking XRP. for
Does
my
that mean you
chicken
were
eggs.
eating chicken nuggets or you were selling your chickens?
Well, I was selling the eggs, and I was
Okay,
selling,
okay,
the
gotcha.
chickens, everything.
Gotcha.
They're self-perpetuating.
I just
system.
I just want to know what taking profits on your chickens communicated.
Well, I was shaking down XRP out of people that wanted eggs when they were
Sure.
expensive.
Well, you could have been selling chicken nuggets.
Well,
Yeah.
that's their problem.
I think you just get a gang going with your chickens and you roll around and you collect XRP from people. And
Yeah,
if not, you
perfect.
sick the chickens on them.
That's right.
Let's see. The house speaking. It's like watching WWE. You don't know if it's real or a shoot. Let's see. This one person just loves that coin. I don't know why. Chronicles, maybe I'll look at it. We're not going to shout it out here. All right, let's see. But you seem to really like it. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin ordinals pumping up the NFT trading. But will the trend sustain after a slow start? It exploded in March with nearly 35 million inscriptions getting minted until September. But in simple terms, they're ordinals are NFTs that could be minted directly on the blockchain. We don't want to tell you what they are. As shown below, 1.14 million digital artifacts were minted on Bitcoin in the first 200 days of activity. In contrast, ETH and Solana experienced much slower minting activity of their respective networks. So yeah, it looks like it's starting to curve out. I see this ecosystem essentially slowly dying. It seems weird. I think there's a couple good ordinals. If you have the block of the Bitcoin pizza, that's probably a good one. So there's a certain number of Bitcoin blocks that are good, but to me, mostly, I don't know. I don't really see the value proposition there. All right. Speaking of value prop, Donald Trump's NFTs have been pumping, baby. Second NFT sales skyrocketed 350% amid buzz of him becoming a House Speaker. So basically, we've talked about the Donald Trump NFTs before. It looks like they've gone up a little bit over, a triple, quadruple right there. So going to be moving up, but I don't think Donald Trump's going to be the speaker. I put the odds at less than 1% that's going to happen. He went from wants to be the most powerful person in the nation, used to be the most powerful person in the nation, and now he's going to volunteer to be number 3. I just don't see it.
Well, also, just the votes get it passed. He has a faction of supporters in the government, but you got to remember, a lot of Republicans still don't like him, so he wouldn't get the votes. There's just no way.
The Forever War crowd is not going to want him in there.
No.
So yeah, essentially the establishment doesn't want him in there.
It would be humorous though to see Joe Biden, President Donald Trump as Speaker of the House, but that's wishful thinking. It's not going to happen.
I can't imagine what that debate would look like. I mean, you got one guy, he's doing like comedy bits, like in a funny way. Then you got one guy's like,
Have you seen that comedian Shane Gillis? I think his name is.
was he doing an impression?
Well, he just had one. He's like, listen, I'm not a Republican yet, but all I'm saying is, even if Trump goes to prison, please just let him debate. He's the most entertaining debater we've ever seen in the presidential history. Just let him debate.
Yeah. It was definitely the most entertaining part of 2016. All right, let's talk about BIS here. Launches Project Atlas to monitor and collect DeFi data. This is from the Bank of International Settlements, and this is an effort to research, monitor, and develop blockchain technology. It's a combined effort of the BIS, basically their ecosystem center, a couple large banks, and they aim to streamline the data collection process for various crypto exchanges and public blockchains. Project aims to gather both on and off-chain data, standardize collection and monitor methodologies, and assess findings against the macroeconomic analysis. So it looks like they're just further and further exploring blockchain technology. One thing I found exciting, I'm a Link Marine. Look who they're teaming up with, Deutsche Bank. And who's Deutsche Bank working with? They're working with Swift. They're working with Link. So maybe a connection, maybe not, maybe not. Let's see. Do we want to do ZK proofs? Where are we at on time? We're already 11:06. We'll do some ZK proof. Johnny loves it. Johnny over there. Johnny?
No.
We got Johnny?
No, he's eating his Sammy.
All right, Johnny loves ZK knowledge proofs here. WireX taps ZK proofs for non-custodial crypto debit card issuance. So WireX first launched crypto debit card in 2015, currently claims over 6 million customers. Not too bad right there.
Mm-hmm.
So they announced the launch of a zero knowledge proof-based non-custodial crypto debit card service called WPay. Some key features include swift and secure transactions through the integration of ZK technology, the EVM compatibility, and account abstraction. So looks like they're going to be using EVM stuff and ZK stuff to roll that out. All right, it's pretty good. It's better than just settling off-chain and then doing everything on-chain later. ZK airdrops will be a big part of the bull run. I could see that.
It could be, yeah.
I could see that. It was the airdrops of the late part of 2021 is kind of what kept it alive for another couple months. Married AF, that's an early lunch. He's eating at 11, but Johnny was here like 7, so he's already been at work for like 4 or 5 hours. All right, Hosky needs another meeting. Okay. All right, ZK proofs particularly relevant in financial services. Google Cloud Web3 lead. Okay, guys, I would say that's a pretty important position when it comes to crypto technology having mass adoption. The Google Web3 lead. All right, so he is a pro ZK rollups here. Speaking at that same conference we were talking about earlier, he called ZK proofs particularly relevant in financial services and Web3 more broadly. He added, the idea that you're going to put option contracts on chain and have the counterparties and the strike price and the notional so forth visible to everybody makes no sense. Zero knowledge proofs are a cryptographic technique used to prove that something is known without exposing the known information. That's just that's a great explanation for one sentence. It's to show something that is known without showing you what is known. Pretty broad, and seems like that technology can have a lot of use cases here. I think that technology is going to have use cases we haven't even begun to fathom.
Right.
All right. Let's see. We have some DeFi developments. We're going to go over a couple X posts here because these people, they're putting out great stuff. They're putting out great content. So we're going to go ahead, give them a shout out, share their content here. First up, we got the DeFi investor. We got to follow this person, still under 100K. So follow them for DeFi market updates, new narratives, crypto alpha. Shout out to the DeFi investor here. Wait a minute. He is the DeF investor, or is the DeFi investor?
Yeah, DeFi investor.
DeFi investor.
Yeah.
DeFi, you're missing the second eye. You know what? I take back everything. Unfollow him if you're following. I'm just joking. All right. Let's see here. Chainlink unveiled data streams. It's a new low latency decentralized Oracle solution for DeFi. Data streams are live and early access on Arbitrum. Radix highly anticipated Babylon mainnet upgrade went live. Optimism's first fault-proof system went live. ETH future ETF started trading in the US first time ever. Starkware delayed the first unlocks of its Stark token to April 2024. Woo. Stride Zone proposed to merge with the Cosmos Hub. Okay, Cosmos getting a lot done here. Composable Finance, that's working on extending Cosmos IBC to Ethereum. Guys, we cover the IBC Cosmos chain on the new Rune Thor chain video, probably coming out in the next 48 hours. So you're going to definitely want to watch that. Any Rune fans, Thor chain fans?
Let's call it 72.
72?
Yeah.
Okay, 72.
I
72.
love Thor chain Rune.
Dude, when I was looking at that video, looking at the script, talking to the researchers, I became a lot more bullish on Rune.
Yeah.
It does have selling pressure, though. That's the only problem. Unibot
everything has selling pressure right now. This is a
does
good,
everything have selling pressure?
This is the time of the market where everything has a selling pressure. There's not going to be these except for crazy small caps. Thorchain's going to have some good days in the next couple of months. Just everything has a lot of sell pressure.
Okay, so they have quote unquote free tokens hitting the ecosystem regularly off staking and basically participating in the chain, whereas Bitcoin does have quote unquote free tokens hitting the market, but that includes a very, very high electricity cost versus not so much with Rune. So you're correct. Everything does have sell pressure, but sometimes Bitcoin sell pressure is like, well, I paid $25K to mine the thing. I don't want to sell it for less than that. All right, some more. We got Catalyst AMM purpose built to connect all changes live on testnet. Gains Network increased the stakers' revenue capture by 60 to 80%. And Rome Protocol novel Solana-based shared sequencer for Ethereum rollups has been introduced. I imagine there's some people in the chat like, oh my God, he talked about that one random project that's obscure that I like. So that one was for you. 50% of Rune usage is hackers mixing stolen funds. Is that a bad thing for the price, though?
Well, I mean, eventually the DOJ is going to be pissed. So, you know.
Oh, that is a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah,
Eventually the DOJ will get pissed.
And they got their backdoors built.
Now I'm not sure. All right, Curve USD casually at all-time high market cap and all-time high total debt in a bear market. So this is millions of dollars. All right, so pretty far from the billions that you see in Tether, that you see in DAI, that you see in USDC. So Curve USD climbing there. All right, Arbitrum and Optimism will only do a 5 to 10x in the next bull market, and that's not a bad thing. Let's just see the gist of it. New L1s and L2s won't be able to do a 200x because they're simply launching at too high of a valuation. You're going to have to settle for a 5 to 10x. Is the crypto community going to be happy with a 10x over 18 months? What do you guys think?
No, they're not. Not you search that up for which coin?
Arbitrum.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of expectation it's going to be higher, but they should be. They should be happy with a 10x, but they're not going to be because everyone wants to invest $5 and turn it into $1 million. That's not really how this stuff works. There are things out there that if you get really lucky, you can do that, but you got to be patient, and most people aren't patient enough to do that. But I think people should be happy. I think there's a lot of these coins that if they get to do 10x, that's amazing. That is a beautiful thing. Invest in them.
Yeah, 10x. I'd be pretty happy with 10x. I remember getting some 10x's. I sold basically mostly I would sell after certain x's, and I missed out on 100x. I missed out on plenty of 50x's, 25x's by selling into a 5x, into a 10x, putting it into something else that then probably only did a 2x or a 3x. So I've definitely missed out on some pumps by selling too early. This time, next bull run, I'm gonna try to stack my sales similar to how I did towards the tail end of 2021. 2020, 2019, I didn't really have much of an investment thesis. I would say, oh, I'm going to dump all this and get this new thing that I heard about yesterday. You know, what am I dumping? ETH. What am I dumping? Chainlink. What am I buying? Crap. I was buying crap.
You know what helped me last bull cycle was writing down my goals and only,
price goals?
Yeah, like you write down that price goal physically and you realize a 10x gets you there. You understand what will actually make a monumental move in your life, and then you don't feel bad taking that.
But I also don't think you should attach yourself to a definite price,
right?
That doesn't take into account timeline. Like that's another big thing. Have your goals. I mean, how many people, DZ, pretty much everybody, maybe not you, I don't know what your thought was. Everyone thought Bitcoin was going to 100,000. There was also good arguments for why Bitcoin would go to 100,000. But we got to the timeline of it was time to go down, and it hadn't gotten there. It got to 69, and too many people held on to say, no, I was waiting for 100,000, but the time wasn't there. So in the same boat, maybe you hit your goal way too early. Like maybe you hit your goal somewhere in like March of 2025. That's not the time to sell just yet either. You went a little too low. So have a good plan and strategy, but have it be a mixture of price with timeline. And that's the best goal, because otherwise you might find yourself very disappointed in one way or the other.
All right, a couple of chat things here. Solana has to pump, right? I think so. What is a crazy small cap for you? I would say a small cap's under 100 million. Crazy small would be under 10 million.
Yeah.
So that like 1 to 10 million range, and under a million, it's honestly a casino there. A couple others here. No, everyone wants to turn $4.20 into $69,420. It's a 16,528x. Too much to ask these days.
You got me there, C90.
C90 doing the math.
Yeah, he's
all right.
Listen, he should be the new co-host.
Yeah. He had Abacus out for that one. All right. Now, that TI-83 Plus. All right, let's talk about Ethereum presenting a huge opportunity for you. Ethereum presenting one of the most compelling investment opportunities in the world, according to the Bitwise CIO, Matt Hugan. It's an even bigger investment opportunity than Bitcoin. The chief investment officer at Bitwise, he says the largest investment opportunity in the entire crypto space. The EVM platform could rewire how the entire financial industry and much of the creative world works. He also notes that Ethereum is home to the largest number of applications and developers in the crypto space. Additionally, he points out that blockchain is already being used as a platform by big companies. Examples: Nike did 200 million on revenue on ETH in the past few years. PayPal just launched payment solutions on ETH, and Goldman Sachs struck a 100 million bond on Ethereum. That bond, for what it's worth, settled in 1 minute instead of the standard 5 days.
Woo.
That's huge. He
That's
argues that
crazy.
Ethereum is most likely home in the crypto ecosystem for tokenized real-world assets. Yeah, people are going to want to tokenize that house, tokenize that Rolex, the famous art painting that you have, expensive vehicles and the such here. Looking for a 34K and a pack of Newports market cap. Are they banning Newports?
They better
menthol?
not. That's when we revolt.
Man, I'm not affected, so.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I don't even smoke, and
Yeah, I
that's
mean-
when I revolt.
But you're just that passionate
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
tobacco rights.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank
it's
you
what
for smoking is a great movie.
That's what this country is founded on.
All right. Do a little spot ETF here thing. Represents the dawn of institutional liquid staking. So a spot ETF represents the dawn of institutional liquid staking. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's a groundbreaking moment in the moment of cryptocurrencies where the lines between traditional finance and digital assets blur. It's not just a distant dream. It's happening today. In the recent news that Cathie Wood's ARK Invest filed for their first spot Ether ETF in the US marks a pivotal turning point. The global demand for spot ETH ETF becomes even more evident when you look at the thriving ETP markets in Canada and Europe, boasting a combined market size nearing $33 billion. This is nothing short of a seismic shift in the world of global finance. Yeah, the ETH futures launched with the whimper, did not launch with a bang, and we're kind of be hoping basically better, more stronger fireworks for the ETH spot ETF, not the ETH futures ETF. I think people want actual access to the real assets, not, oh, this is what you think you'll be in 6 months here.
But even that, you're not getting access to. If you want to get access to it, go sign up for an exchange, get it on, then purchase it, get it off that exchange, put it in a hot wallet, then you have access to it. This is we heard for so long that these future ETFs were going to be groundbreaking for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then they came and prices did nothing. They actually went down in both situations. The same thing's going to happen with spot ETF because the spot ETF will only affect price when whoever is offering that ETF either purchases or sells their Bitcoin based off the demand. You're going to see price probably pump up as the anticipation happens. Then it's going to launch. There's going to be a small sell-off because people are going to be very disappointed. And then long-term, it'll go up because the demand will rise. Those companies will buy more Ethereum and Bitcoin, whatever the spot ETF is. But people just need to go ahead and stop thinking that launching of ETFs means that day the price is going to skyrocket 2x. That's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works. Especially if some information is front ran, you might see the pump basically melted out over 3 days, or you're going to see things further down the line here. All right, let's talk about Polygon now. So we have Sandeep Nilewale. He's the co-founder of Polygon. He revealed that Polygon contracts, the poll contracts, have been deployed on the Guarly testnet, describing the release as a significant step on their journey of creating Polygon 2.0. I thought that was when you changed your name from Matic. The deployment of these smart contracts also saw the release of 2 new Polygon improvement proposals, or PIPs, PIP 24 and PIP 25. EIP 1559, it is crucial in burning Matic collected from the base fee paid when the users send transactions or deploy smart contracts. It's upgrading for higher throughput. Beyond ZK proofs, it'll adopt a new architecture, shards. Through shards, the network can handle process transactions in parallel, boosting throughput. With higher scalability, the network could handle more intensive dApps and sustainably grow its user base. So we had a good breakdown for ZK rollups. It's the way of showing something's proven without showing you what is proven. Here's my basically, I'm trying to explain like to a 5-year-old here. Shard. What do you think of shards? You think of glass, right? So imagine a mirror, and the mirror is the ledger. You break that ledger into a bunch of shards. I get a shard. Tim has a shard. Drew has a shard.
Allegedly.
And then all combined, that all the shards kind of fit together, and it has, the actual transactions. But when I'm looking at my shard, I can't see anything. I'm just seeing a little sliver. It's a little sliver of information. But altogether, it ends up working. So that's kind of like my explain like a 5-year-old there.
It's like the door from Monsters, Inc.
Do you mean the adrenochrome documentary?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's so weird, right? We have a company that profits and thrives and operates based off children's fear.
Yikes.
Yeah, and they extract it and sell it to the monsters. That is adrenochrome. All right, folks, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Obviously,
Pixar,
that's not what that Pixar movie's about.
Pixar's hitting
At
a little too
all.
close to home.
Yeah, real close to home. What's the world's most popular, we've talked about this, world's most popular browser? It's Android's Chrome.
Oh, that's true.
Android Chrome. Adrenochrome. Crazy. All right, folks, we're just kind of having fun here with language. All right, let's talk about Chase Bank here. XRP, it is time for the XRP moment. One more time, let's show off the hoodie here. If you want to find this, those joining late, you go down to hitmerch.com. It's kind of closed off there. Let's see. Hitmerch.com at the very top of the page. You're going to see it right there. I love the hoodie. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Back to Chase here. Chase Bank adds SHIB, XRP, among others, for mortgage payments. What?
I know.
SHIB, XRP, Bitcoin, and BNB fans are now able to convert their card and mortgage payments with their favorite crypto. The Canadian blockchain processor FCF Play has made a major impact on crypto adoption worldwide. Starting today, all Chase Bank customers will be able to pay their credit card bills, loans, and even mortgage payments in their favorite cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, BNB, Shiba Inu, Doge, plus more there. So this groundbreaking moves includes, but is not limited to those, as well as stable coins as well. They also have Tether. They also have USDC on there. American citizens are already paying for goods and services via crypto across different vendors, credit cards, car shops, bills, traditional banks, and even supermarkets. This transaction system allows paying directly from centralized exchanges, while most other blockchain payment processors require connecting a crypto wallet. What would you feel more comfortable doing? Connecting to a centralized exchange or connecting to your private wallet?
Private wallet.
Okay, I think I'd feel like the exchange, and I would just have small amounts on there. What about you, Drew?
I mean, I'd probably be better if an automated like kind of organization of my tax history is done by an exchange rather than me pulling out of my hard wallet. My hard wallet's just there to last through multiple cycles. It's kind of how I look at the hard wallet. So.
And then
That's
it can
fair.
only be
That's a fair
pried
point.
from your cold dead hands, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's look here. XRP, the derivatives volume is surging 185%. What does that mean? It's among the best performing cryptocurrencies of the day. This was mostly from yesterday's price action, where it did increase 4.5 while the rest of the market was down. Notably, they had a volume of close to 1.8 billion, which corresponds to 6% of the digital assets market cap of close to 28 billion, as the token is traded at 52 cents by press time. So XRP gets 185% volume increase. Two leading projects by market cap are seeing volume losses of 35% and 29%. So we got other things. They're on the way down as far as trading. XRP on the way up. People like trading that XRP. I think it is time for the X Minute. We're going to have some fun with this one. I got a couple tweets out you guys going to like. Let's see here. We're going to go hit refresh because I've tweeted a little bit this morning. Number one, is this the most ridiculous scene in a movie ever? I don't know. Can they hear?
Let's see here.
Let's look at the beginning one more time because it bears repeating here.
I think it's muted. The site's muted. But
Okay, that's fine. It's a little ridiculous there, I would say.
is that? That's not. I haven't seen these movies.
I quit watching them.
Yeah,
It's
This
a
is
little
what they're doing
ridiculous.
now?
Oh, wait. The best part's about to come, folks, because they have to land, right? They have to keep driving.
This is like the NFT roadmap.
All right, car engine turns right over. All right, a little bit insane there. What was your first Solana NFT? For me, it was Art Punks. They just hit their 2-year anniversary. I was like, God, I was minting on Solana 2 years ago. That's nuts. Cardano can easily 10x by 2025. Guys, I feel like this is just one of those fire tweets, not getting any love. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to the likes now. We got a couple of good ones, folks. This AI Rockwell art, I shared this for the basement. You'll eat the bugs and you'll be happy. So they got Rockwell paintings for today's day and age. There's the happy family eating the bugs.
Just throw all the fentanyl and trank. Oh, here we go. No.
Yeah. So pretty nuts there. Good stuff there. All right. I thought that was pretty funny. Neon Jesus just throwing out some support for the channel here. I follow a lot of Hit Network, Discover Crypto people, and anyone at ATB for general news. Thank you very much there. Where are the junkies at? Working on a password reset for the Twitter right now. Got to wait 48 hours. Ouch. No wonder. We already covered that little tweet right there. Who's in Mantle? Who is in Mantle? Chat's in Mantle. Anyone here in Mantle?
I'm not in Mantle now.
It's
All right.
on my hit list. I mean, it's on my list that I'm going to be buying, but I'm not in it right now. I've been watching it for a little bit.
All right, so this is a reward pool is coming. I'm not going to break down too much because it's a pretty long tweet thread here. I want to go over some of the broad points. They're not calling it an airdrop, but there's a Journey Season Alpha, which offers 20 million Mantle, currently worth $8 million. So how can you maximize your share of this reward pool? You make a Pepe meme first. Well, talking about the scaling, and here they're kind of doing a little background. Currently 8th with total value locked, all-time high 92 million. Now it's at 88 million. Also, 75 cumulative users here, so it's got a decent ecosystem. Here in the season alpha program lies the next wave of opportunities. Here's how to get started. First, mint this and create your own profile. Step-by-step guide to getting started. After you complete your profile, list of activities to gain extra miles points there. The bigger the point, the bigger the reward. Just a good breakdown of how to get it. You get 1 mile, you get 500 of this, 20 and 50 miles for adding liquidity and bridging using verified protocols. So it's just a good breakdown for a risky potential free money. I'm not going to say it's free money, but you know, if everything goes well, yeah, you'll wake up and you'll have some money in your wallet that wasn't there yesterday. So just a little opportunity there. Here's the Armstrong. We already covered that. There's just a crypto Chad right there. This one's for you, Drew. 29-story building in New York City with no windows. Do you remember seeing this? And it was, hey, no, guys, this is a AT&T communication center.
Yeah.
Well, Snowden revealed. Oh, wait a minute. Did they take it down? Wait a minute. Do I have to go to the original? Did they take down the community note? Wow, they took down this had a community note where Edward Snowden revealed this is a NSA operations center, surveillance center.
That's where the Men in Black
This was community noted 2 hours ago, where Snowden revealed this is actually, wow, that's very suspicious, right?
Oh yeah. When they start deleting their tracks, I mean, you know you're right above the target. But what if that just looks like the Men in Black building, basically, to me?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like. Here we have this guy. He goes around Costco, just basically reveals how 7% inflation's a lie. He kind of goes over food prices. He looks at butter. He looks at a few different things here. I think mayonnaise and other stuff like that. And essentially, things are skyrocketing. Let's just see here. So
I was crushed by Costco last night.
Yeah. Yep. What'd you end up spending?
About
too much.
$600.
All right, so that one's a little misleading. Yeah, that stinks. All right, so that flour, $6. Now $12. Yep. Insane. That's totally insane. All right, that's what we got for the day. Tim, anything you want to add here?
No, I mean that last one that gets you. No, if you look at inflation, yes, inflation got up to like almost 10%, but you look at food. I mean, every single time we got the inflation data, food was one of the highest levels. So yeah, they got away with some other things, getting that total CPI number to go lower and lower, but food has gotten ridiculous.
That CPI number definitely is such a scam too. It's a scam.
All you got to do to know how bad food inflation is go to your McDonald's. If you haven't been to McDonald's in a long time, try ordering something off of a dollar menu.
Yeah, the Big Mac index has essentially been one of the most accurate indexes in all of the economy right now, because people look at that. There's a lot of different ingredients, but they got lettuce, they have sauces, they have bread, they have meat, they have cheese. So it's using a lot of different food items. And then there's a thing called the Big Mac index. If you haven't looked at that, look at that. It's a much, much more accurate gauge of food inflation and food pricing right there. My whiskey is getting far too expensive. Okay, butter is getting high. Wait, you mean wheat? What kind of butter are you talking about? That's not what my butter does. Let's see. Had nothing to do. It's all right. This person got a nice take on Fast and Furious. Stop being about street racing after the third one. I stopped watching. Tokyo Drift, underrated. It's not that half bad. Yeah. Eat bugs. They are free and healthy. Good point. That's a good counter. Drew, what's your counter to that? It's free and healthy.
And we're not in a cataclysm. I would eat them in a cataclysm. But
I'd eat them before starving to death. Yeah. I'd probably eat them before I wanted to eat my neighbor.
For sure.
Take profit on your chickens.
I mean, it depends on the neighbor, but you know.
It's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Well, folks, let's see. Drew, I do want to share one of your tweets here.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Patrick McHenry kicking out Pelosi of her office. Do you think she put up a tussle?
I do feel like that's a bad picture of McHenry, though. That's doing him some.
Well, it's a bad picture of his hand.
Well, that's AI. I mean, you know it's an AI system based off of what
Look at the picture on the
doing.
wall. That's my favorite.
Why is her hand in the Spider-Man? Yeah, what is up with that picture? I think we just look at a fun AI photo every single day. Yeah. That'll be pretty fun. Guys, make sure you follow our new account. It's called Discover Crypto. We're putting out regular content there. We have a good time with it. It just started, so it's pretty low. But hey, guys, we got above 100. Now we're at 180. We're 20 away from 200. Let's do it today. It's a significant increase percentage-wise, but it's only 20 of you. So, yeah, come on, y'all. Come in and Shout out to the Candles and the Casper crew. Pretty good thumb there.
Yeah, they just put it out. I just saw him repost this. Frankie's sick right now, so they're going to be redoing that next
How did we all
Thursday.
get sick?
Yeah, there's something going around here in old Georgia. Yeah, but I just saw this. Next Thursday is when Frankie's going to be on Casper's channel. We got to get Casper on here as well. Looks like he might be taking profit on some chickens.
He's taking profit on protein. That's what he's taking profit
Yeah.
on. He has he's the most jacked dude in crypto. There's
Yeah.
If I could all right, how much would you pay to wake up with that bot? Just you don't have to do any of the work.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Now, here's a better question. How long before you totally ruin it and lose the six-pack?
Well, and that's the problem is like that. What makes it impressive is getting that big and staying trim. Like it's easy to get muscles. Not easy, I guess. It's easy for some to get muscles. It's just going to come with a lot of fat as well. It's hard to get muscles and stay lean at the same time. So Casper, good job to you, man. That is quite the work you've been putting in there.
I'm gonna go ahead and repost this tweet going over the live stream. So if you guys want to share the live stream tweet there, you're gonna find it on mine as well as the Discover Crypto here. If I hit refresh, has one of you pulled it, push it over? No, come on, one person. That's all we need. All right, I think that's all we got. Jason and Keeper are jacked. Yeah, Crypto Keeper is pretty jacked himself too. Anything else you guys want to add? What do we got in the basement today, Drew?
We're going over FCS pay.
I think you're gonna say Epstein.
Well, no, not Epstein, not today. I'm trying to stay. I want to find out and dig into the FCS pay thing. They hooked Honda up with those crypto payments. Now they're hooking Chase up. They're only available in the US. It's a very interesting company. And then also we're going to look at a new DeFi project and kind of see what it's all about. So.
Okay. What are you working on with the investing bros today?
Just a normal show. We're going to cover the markets. I mean, Bitcoin right now crashing back to a support level. We kind of talked about that. You had some bullishness between those intermediate time frames, but those lower time frames, hour and down, definitely giving us some red price action here on Bitcoin. So we'll cover the charts. Anything that breaks. There wasn't a hefty amount of news this morning, so if anything happens this afternoon, we'll be covering
that breaking news. All right, well, it's breaking news that you haven't hit the like button, so go ahead, hit that like button. Please, let's push us over the edge. Let's shock the Google overlords. Let's shock the YouTube administrators. That's all we got for today. Catch us in the basement. Drew's going to be in there with some pretty cool guests. Check out the Investing Bros, and maybe coffee and brunch tomorrow. Could be today. I'm not sure, folks, but that's all we got. Easy out.